Hey, what's good everybody? Injured here giving you another Smite commentary. This game has just been way too fun. I've been having such a good time. If you guys want to see some of the other heroes, please do me a favor, check it out on my YouTube video and have some fun while you're watching it. If you have questions, please feel free to come to my stream. I am more than willing to ask questions and I have tons of beta keys right now. So I've recently been trying AD a lot more. I haven't typically been a big fan of AD, but I thought I'd give it a try. So I start off with Hand of the Gods, so I can half jungle, and I wait to pick my skill because oh no, I don't. I pick two. Yeah, because I get a little nervous sometimes because teams are starting to try and stop your jungling, and so her leap is just a great escape mechanism. And I apologize for, like, there's gonna be some times where I kind of awkwardly run into walls, or you see me alt tabbing so you can see the window coming up. I am streaming this at the same time, and so I was interacting with my streamers or my viewers on my stream a little bit. So my apologies on that, but right now just doing a little dance, waiting for the creep to spawn. So Bastet's an AD carry, has high mobility, great juking potential, and she has a lot of single target DPS. She does have a couple AoE abilities, but I do feel that she strives in doing single target DPS. So I often try to gank, pick off a hero who's running away. I try to get one of those, gods who are pushed up a little too far, or who I kind of see cutting into a jungle, and I'm trying to meet him there. She just really strives on being able to just put all of her focus 100% on one god. But it's not the only thing she can do. So waiting for the creep to spawn, and there they are. And so I'm going to try and pick up this health buff. Her 2 does a lot of damage early on, so as you can see, it really drops this creep down pretty quick, so I'm able to get that buff and move on. I do have a couple other videos, like I said. They're more focused on the generalities of Smite. I'm going to try and highlight a little bit more on, man, I almost called her Sobek, jeez, on Bastet. And so I started messing with things right here because I was lagging a little bit, like screen lag, FPS lag, and I was trying to figure out what it was. And so I'm going to be getting back into the game, and what I want to do is I'm just going to leech a little bit of experience while I'm in here with my lane partner Kiyoshi, who's playing Agni, and then I'm going to get the mana buff so I can really start harassing. And so I missed that, which is going to be a slow, and it would have been really good to put on. I got a little worried because Agni was putting up high pressure and almost died. Agni's very, very vulnerable to creep early on. And so my Hand of the God comes up, and I'm going to try to get there as fast as I can. I want to utilize Hand of the God as much as possible. I'm using my mana right away because I know that I'm going to be getting this mana buff, so I'm not really, threatened by having low mana, whereas usually, you'd want to conserve it, use it a little more sparingly. And I think I might have actually missed Hand of the God on the big creep here, and that's why it's as high as it is. And that was a little unfortunate, but I have the health buff, so I'm going to be able to get back in quick. It would have been nice to be able to hit it, because I would have killed it faster, would have got back in lane. I'd be missing on less XP, and yeah, it is what it is. And so I do believe our Agni had to go back. I'm not sure, he might have died. I'm not 100% sure. But for whatever reason, when I'm recording, I lose sound after a little bit, and so I'm having a hard time tracking everything. But this Ra, he comes up a little bit too far. I know he's up too far. I'm trying to get my 2 on him because, again, my 2 does a ton of damage. It gives like a bleeding effect. It's a dot, and it just does a ton of damage. So I was trying to get that on her. If I did, I was going to go pretty hard. But now I'm at full mana, full health, and so I think I'm going to be looking to make a move here pretty soon because that Ra's really low mana, and it's going to be pretty useless. And my Hand of the Gods is up right now. What I like to do with Bastet sometimes is leap in there. And there's a leap. Great stun by Agni, and able to get that. Oh, this is Head Crusher. And so it's not Kiyoshi. That's a different guy, Head Crusher, that I played with earlier. But still Agni. And what I like to do is when I have the Hand of the Gods, because the creep do hit so hard, is I'll leap in because, like, sometimes heroes think, oh, I'm standing on creep, not a big deal. I can take all the damage in the world, whatever. And so what I'll do is I'll leap, and then once the creep are there, I'll actually use my Hand of the Gods, kill all the archers, and then I won't have to worry about some creep damage. And it works when it does, and it doesn't always make the biggest difference in the world, but it definitely can. And so she comes up a little too far again, put in a couple alt attacks, try to hit my slow, and I whiff completely. And that's what I'm talking about right there. If you see how low my health got just from those archers, really, you need to be really careful. And so I feel bad because Crusher tried diving again and got killed. It was kind of my fault because I missed a lot, and so I'm just gonna blame lag because that's what everybody does. So I'm gonna pick up this buff. Made sure to get the Hand of the Gods to hit. This is the damage buff, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe I also started off with getting level 1 Heartseeker, and so I'll be trying to focus on getting that Heartseeker done ASAP. So get the damage buff, and I'm in the back. I'm gonna refuel, and then try to like finish that off. And it's real close. Didn't finish it quite yet, which made me a little sad. So I was thinking about maybe buying a different item since I had a little bit of money, and I could maybe, you know, get like another level tier 1 item and just get the stats for that, and then that way my ganks would be a little bit stronger. But then I was like, you know what, I got the damage buff, and the damage buff gives you like, I think it's like 20 damage or maybe like 25, which is like as much as some tier 3 AD items, so it gives a ton of damage. And so he gets, he just misses the stun, but I said, great, I'm gonna go anyways. I get my bleed, I get my slow, drop my cast, which is my ult, and I'm trying to kill this Artemis just because she doesn't have as much utility. And Head Crusher does a really good job hitting his ults, gets the kill. I get the kill on the other one, and so we just went 2-0. I think maybe 2-1. I think Agni died earlier, and so our lane's doing pretty well. We're ahead. I noticed that the health buff's up, so I'm gonna go try and get that health buff real quick. And you know, I want to minimize downtime as much as possible. And I also know that the mana buff should be coming up soon. The respawn timer on all creep camps is 4 minutes, and so usually you kill the health one or the mana one, depending on where you start, a little bit before minute 1. So like right around, or you start it before a little bit before minute 1. So like right around minute 4 is when it should be done. It should be up again. And it's a minute cooldown on the Hand of the God. So you're looking at, you know, 5.5, maybe 6 minutes before the blue buff comes up. And so I'm gonna try to get experience in here because the blue buff experience will still be there. I want to get this experience, and then, you know, try to maximize my XP gain and my gold gain. So she's staying up again pretty high. He gets a good stun. I was gonna leap, but since he got the stun, I didn't need to. I figured I'd save my leap if I needed it, and we were able to get the kill. I didn't have to use my ult, which I couldn't have anyways, but I didn't have to use my leap either, which is really good. And so as you see, he dodged that trap there. I probably should have ate it because I had the health buff, but I knew that blue had popped, and so I really wanted to get blue. And my Hand of the Gods just came up too, so it was just like perfect timing. And so made sure it hit again that time. I'm not afraid to use mana here because Bastet doesn't have a ton of mana to begin with, so it's gonna fill up pretty quick. So like I'm like almost up to a quarter already, and I haven't even made it to mid lane. And so I'm gonna try to pick off this Hilo. Hilos are always very, very, very strong, and able to get my 2 on there, which does a lot of damage. He almost got away with a slow, but I knew he would want to run on his water to get away. So I was able to hit an easy 3, finish off the kill, and move on. And I'm still playing with things, like I said, I'm having some really weird like lag issues. And it's not like lag, it's like frames are dropping, kind of is what it looked like. But I think it's because I was recording and streaming. That's my first time trying that. I'd never recorded and streamed. And so part of the reason I want to try new AD characters is I can't remember what it's called, but it's the item that applies slow. It's that blue mace I was getting. I don't know, I'm just kind of in love with that item right now, and I want to try it on Bastet so that way people can't run away from her cats and pretty much just pew pew kill people. So I really like to play Bastet as a roamer, and so, you know, we killed left twice, came in, kill mid, I refueled. I'm going to try to come kill right. And also the reason I like to play her as a roamer is because now if we get this kill, then I can go get damage buff. He actually did a good wall, our teammate did, so he got unlucky. We're able to, you know, DPS him down here, 3 versus 1. We have a bunch of slows, and you know, it's not even, you know, not even like a close call. It's pretty easy. So I got blue buff, so I have no problem just gonna leap in. Hand of the Gods is up again, so I'm gonna get this damage buff. And so that's what I love. You know, I like getting blues and greens on every hero, but I especially like it on my roamers because you never have downtime. You can just go. And so I figured, oh, well, I got the damage, might as well pick up this green. We just killed the right lane once. They're going to be a little hesitant on going out. Got blue, used my mana. It did just run up, but it's no problem. So I'm getting all of these buffs, which is awesome. And I'm going to go try and gank again, most likely, because I have this damage buff. And like I said, damage buff does a lot for you early on. So I see Artemis is in mid, a little overextended, not bad, and I would want to try to make a move there, but then I saw that our team engaged here, and so I figured I might as well turn around and try and help them. And so I got my 2 off to hit on both of them. Odin ulted, trapped himself in there, so we got an easy kill on him, and now I'm just waiting for that ult to drop so I can slow. I see that Hebo comes in, and I know he's going to try and ult, and so the big thing for me is don't get hit by his ult when he comes into engage, because Hebo does a ton of damage.
Your middle tower
yep, so I say, screw it, but I get knocked up. I want to get this Artemis. Artemis is probably one of the people I'm more afraid of because she does put out tons of damage really quick, and I have to get up close to her, which means that she can bore and then root me pretty easily. And so our Agni's trying to dive her again, and I decide to sweep around back. He luckily walks right into me. I was going to leave, didn't even have to, just use my 2 and put in an auto attack. And so I'm able to walk away. I'm getting really, really lucky too, because I have my Heartseeker finished, and so all these easy kills I'm picking up are giving me stacks, which is just getting me, you know, AD through the roof, which is really nice. And so Odin's following me. I'm wondering if I should leave. I know if I leave, he's just going to run at me. And so I figured, we'll kind of test it out. We'll see how it goes. I don't know how, but my ult just got obliterated there. And so I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm wondering if he uses 3. I see that Ra isn't paying attention, pushed up a little too far, and I'm able to just hit him with 3 and end him. And so, again, getting these easy kills, easy stacks. I knew I wasn't going to kill Odin. He wasn't going to kill me. And so I went to go in lane, got a kill. And so that worked out pretty nice. So again, I back to refuel. I'm working on my, it's called Frostbound Hammer. And I'm also looking at reinforced boots. I think reinforced boots are the best boots in the game. They give you a ton of protection. They give you HP 5, and they give you CCR, which is crowd control reduction. And I think there's only two items in the game right now that give crowd control reduction. And this is one of the times I'm walking funny. This is because I'm talking to my stream right now. They had asked me a question. I like to be really interactive with my stream, and so this is hard for me. I had to keep my mic muted so that way you guys didn't hear me in game, and then also give you my commentary. And so I'm going to get this speed buff because my ganks are just going to be that much stronger because, you know, they're not going to be able to outpace me. They might be able to CC me, but then with my leap, I'll be able to get right back on them. And also, it's more money. It's more XP that I'm getting, you know, less downtime. You always try to minimize your downtime. You don't want to spend tons of time running. You don't want to spend tons of time going back. You only want to back when you buy. And unfortunately, when you die, which you don't want to. And so got the mana buff, so now I know I can just spam all my spells when I'm in a fight. I don't have to worry about it. And it's really nice because Bastet can be a little mana starved sometimes. And so, as you see, I'm level 13, okay, and my lane partner is level 10. Our solo is level 11, and the other 2 people are level 9 and level 11. And so I'm doing pretty well. And I think that's because I was able to pick off so many people, especially one-on-one. You get tons of experience and tons of gold for picking off heroes one-on-one. And so I'm trying to get back to roaming. They knew I was right. I leap here because I have the mana buff, and I'm not really worried about running out of mana. It's just a cooldown right now. And like I said, you want to minimize downtime. I knew I was going all the way to the left lane. I cast my 2, which will kill all the archers. And so that way I can get the money and the XP for that while I'm on my way. Again, minimize downtime. You know, even while you're moving, you want to be killing things, especially as a carry. And so I passed that trap. I know they saw me. I'm able to hit my slow. He did hit his stun, and now I'm just putting damage in. I do believe my Frostbound Hammer is done right now. No, it's not. But he leaps away. I leap back on top of him, put an auto attack in. He started outpacing me, and I missed my my slow. And so that's why I used my cats there. I just wanted to make, you know, be sure. It's just a cooldown. I knew I was going to be going back soon to buy so I could finish my Frostborn Hammer. And so I just figured, okay, kill him, we'll move on. But again, want to minimize downtime. And so I'm coming back to mid. We just killed left. Our team just got some kills right. So I know there's not a lot of enemies around. So now I know, okay, I can go mid. I can get a little bit of XP, a little bit of gold. And I'm going to go back, finish my hammer. And then I should probably finish my boots. They have a lot of CC on their team, so yeah, that's what I'm doing is finishing my boots. using my leap, I have the mana buff. You know, again, minimize downtime. If you have these skills that you can use and you're not gonna, you know, lose mana for it, you might as well do it. So coming over to right lane, and as you can see, I've just been making my way left to right, right to left, left to right, right to left. It's like all I'm trying to do. And right now, right lane is pushed up. That's why I'm coming to right lane, because if there are any enemy gods that come there, they're going to be more out of position than if they're on the left side. And you see Hebo on the map, and I'm just kind of wondering, okay, people should be around here soon. So I decided to make my way mid. No one ended up peeking right, and my team's pushing right pretty hard. And then we do see a couple people pop up on the far left side. So I'm going to get this cooldown buff, just again, like I said, minimize downtime. That's the whole thing I'm trying to do with Bastet. I think I use my 2 on the archers again. Yep, and I just keep moving on. And so left side is very heavily engaged now. And so my hope is that I can get there in time to save somebody, or that I can get there in time where people are really, really low, and I don't have to do a lot to kill them, because that way I'm able to fight more at once. And so I see Ra's pretty much full health. They're all pretty much full health, but their Ymir hits a really good 2, that ice path, and so that was nice. And so we killed off the one. I think Ymir ended up dying, yeah, so I'm not going to be greedy. I have full stacks on my Heartseeker, so I don't want to get rid of those. I slow the Ymir and back up because it's not worth me dying. It's not worth losing the 40 stacks just to protect this tower right now. And, you know, maybe if we had 1 or 2 other people there, I'd be a little more aggressive with it, but it's not worth it. So I see Agni's coming, thinking, okay, maybe we'll engage, but he kind of steps back a little bit. I call for a retreat so that way I can go back by, heal up. And so I can finish my boots, which means I get 30% less crowd control effects, which is just really, really good. And it's going to make me, you know, a lot more viable in team fights. So that way if I get focused, you know, only in 2/3 of the CC than the full duration. So again, I see that my team's on the left. I want to maximize my gold gain and my experience gain as an AD carry. So I'm going to where there's nobody currently. And I'm probably, yeah, I'm going to check for the speed buff, finish that real quick. Again, my Hand of the Gods is up. I want to use that as much as possible. That should always be on cooldown. And then I get kind of turned around there, and I'm going to make my way back left. I see there's Hebo, and somebody pinged in the jungle here kind of near me. So I thought someone was there. That's why I had my 2 ready just in case, but I'm not really sure where they were pinging. And then I got lucky that Artemis was left out of that ult, and so I'm able to kind of pick her off pretty quick. Ymir's ult finishes her off, which is really nice. I'm going to try and slow this Hebo, and I leaped through the wall, which is nice, because I knew that Hebo had to come this way, and she slowed because of my Frostborn hammer, and I hear Ra, which kind of scared me, and I'm getting really nervous now, because I thought I was going to die there. That Ymir ult was like right on top of me, and that was pretty scary. So luckily Ymir, I don't know what path he was trying to do, but it was odd. I'm able to pick off Ra, which was nice. Still pretty low health. I'm trying to get up there so I can slow Ymir for my team. I know he's not really going to be able to kill me, but if I'm on the tower and he freezes me, I'll be able to die pretty quick, so I'm not going to go that way. I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to back. So I'm not really, you know, like low enough that I'm terrified to die. So Hand of the Gods is up. Again, want that to be on cooldown. Figure I might as well pick off a creep, get a little bit extra gold. I'm kind of hoping that blue buff would pop soon, so that way I could just go there and then go green. And then that way, you know, I would have absolutely no downtime. But I'm not really sure on what the timers are right now, so I figured I'm just going to go get green. I used my mana because I'm assuming I'm just going to back. That's what I'm assuming my thought process was. I'm not real sure. Because, yeah, there's like, you know, no mana now. Yep, so I back. And so I'm trying to get these Devourer's Gloves. These Devourer Gloves are amazing. They give you some of the highest attack damage of any of the items because of the stacks. It's another item that stacks. Stacking items are really good in this game. So you want to pay attention to, you know, the stacks, what the stacks do. Like Warlock Sash is, to me, if you're not getting it on any type of AP god, you're missing something, because yeah, like the stats aren't the best in themselves. Here's more action. I end up slowing Hebo, and I'm putting a couple auto attacks into him, so that's a double slow. And then Artemis is chasing a Ra, and I'm like wondering, okay, am I in leap range? Am I in leap range? I tried to leap right there because I saw the boar, and so I knew that I could hopefully avoid the stun, but I wasn't able to. I leap up over the wall, hit her with my cat of nine tails, and we're able to get 2 kills there, and Ra lived, which is really good. So I'm really starting to snowball, really starting to take off. And so I know I just killed 2 left lane. Like if there were more here, they would have been. You know, if there's like a lot more, and they weren't. So I leap in. I knew I was going to kill the archers. I get the slow on the Ra. He blinds me, and I put my 2 on her, and I'm just trying to catch up now. And I actually think I end up failing this. She drops her heal, and I'm really starting to get outpaced here. Ra's very good at outpacing. I wisely didn't cast my slow so that way I could get on. I try to stay out of range of the slow here so that way I could get back in. I use my 2 to slow it and then, just to do damage. And I luckily got the kill on there. I didn't think I was going to get it. Ymir and Odin show up, and then I just start kind of duking them out. I noticed that I'm doing way more damage to Ymir than I am to Odin, so I'm trying to focus Ymir since I got green buff. I know I'm going to be able to tank well. My cats are doing a lot of damage. And then Agni shows up, drops a couple ults, is able to get help me get the kill on Odin. Odin leaps through the wall and he gets away. But yeah, with that green buff, I was just able to pretty much live through almost anything. And I'm going to try and back now because I have no mana. Again, I don't want to lose my stacks, and I want to get my item as quick as possible that starts getting stacks, which is the gloves. And so I want to get that ASAP because, you know, if let's say I get it and there's only 5 minutes left in the game, it's only 5 minutes I could get stacks. Whereas if I get it and there's 30 minutes left in the game, that means I could most likely get all the stacks on there. So if you're planning on getting items that get stacks, you typically want to get them first. But there are situations where you're going to want to get a different item first because, you know, one hero might be taking over the game. And so there is an item that will really help counter that hero. You want to get that first. And so my team's doing really well. Great team fight. I got stunned by the bull, unfortunately. I didn't think I should have. But I get an auto attack in, and then I get rooted. I saw that I got rooted, and I immediately hit her with my slow, which is my lone, like, long-ranged attack, and get the kill on Artemis. I missed my auto attack on Ra. I was, like, really upset that happened because she probably would have died then, too. But, you know, it is what it is. I see the right lane's pushing. I'm going to go help him out because he's probably going to be a target to get attacked. And there it is. Ymir's going at him. But like I said before, I was doing a lot of damage to Ymir. And Ra just keeps running. Like, this made me pretty upset. Ra just runs and runs and runs and runs. I jump out of Ymir's ult. I lunge back in. And then I'm able to get the slow on Ymir, put a couple more auto attacks in. And there's still no Ra. Ra's finally starting to run up. You see Ymir is almost dead. And I'm unable to get the kill because Odin does slow me. And so I was a little frustrated at that. If they would have just stayed. I mean, he's full health. The Hebo comes in. I'm trying to put some attacks into Hebo. I try to leap out because, yeah, Hebo hurts. I see that he put his path behind me, so I know his one would have killed me. And I just trying to do as much damage now because I know I'm dead. I'm hoping to maybe juke a spell. I'm hoping that maybe Ra will drop a heal for me. I probably was on cooldown because I know he dropped it earlier when we were fighting Ymir. But that all could have been avoided if Ymir would have died. We could have just backed. And even then, you know, if we had Rob just to fight there, I was still kind of alone by myself. But it's not a big deal. I'm a little sad because I lose my 40 stacks on my Heartseeker. And so I want to start rebuilding those as fast as I can because that's where I get the majority of my damage. So like I've said in other videos, this is a little lackluster as far as the death cam. I wish I could kind of see more. I got purification beads because like the thing I was worried about is it's not so much dying from taking too much damage. It was dying due to CC, and which I guess in turn would lead to taking too much damage. But you know, so that way I can hopefully. Oh, I'm sorry, I got Aegis Amulet. I could have swore I got purification beads. Well, I guess I got Aegis Amulet so that way I could work on jukes. That's what I like using Aegis Amulet for. Oh, I pick up purification beads too. Okay, I end up getting them both right now. And so I really like using Aegis Amulet to juke. Like if I know someone's going to try and use a spell to last hit me, like I try to guess what the cooldown's at, or I try to, you know, wait. Like I know Hebo's going to try and wait till he gets his 3 stacks, and so if he uses his wave, hits me with a 1, I'll usually hit Aegis Amulet then, so that way I don't get hit by his ult. And so I stand outside of Ymir's ult because I didn't want to, you know, get killed by it and do a ton of damage. I'm going to try and kill this Hebo because the Hebo's the majority of their damage. He does ult out, I leap in, get the kill, and I'm going to turn onto the Ra. Luckily the Ra stayed, and so I used my leap to get back on top of him a little bit closer. which ended up paying off. And so Ymir makes a good freeze. I'm probably going to try to walk around, yep, slow him. I put some damage into the Ymir, and I'm a little low, and I don't have a ton of lifesteal right now. If I had more of the glove stacks, I'd have more. But then when I saw these archers, I got really nervous because the creeps hurt. You know, like I said, they hurt a lot. So now I'm trying to juke him because I know he can do a lot of damage. I used my purification beads, he throws me, and I knew the path was coming up. And so then we're able to kill the creep. There's a flip done to him, and now I know I'm okay. I'm going to live through this. And so I'm just putting in auto attacks to lifesteal, and I know that the Sobek's going to finish this off. So no worries, able to get the kill. I'm glad that I got the kill because I'm getting 5 stacks per, God kill, which makes me very happy. I'm going to back. I'm already level 20. Our solo's level 18, my lane partner's level 16, and the other people are 15 and 16. So, like I said, I'm really starting to get ahead of these people. I noticed, I'm checking right now because I don't know what I want to get next. I want to get some crit, and they do have a Ra, so I figured I might as well get the beat stick, because the Brawler's beat stick it lowers the amount they heal, like the healing they receive, any regeneration, any healing spell, anything of that nature. And so it's just really powerful to me, especially with the Ra, because Ra's 3 heals a lot. It actually will really, really, really turn a team fight if the enemy team ends up fighting within there. So trying to catch up to my team. I see that they're engaging. Some good damage by the Ymir here. Good wall. He ends up ulting. I don't know if that was needed, but whatever. We got the kill. That's what's important. And then the Ra, for whatever reason, decides, oh, it's going to be a good idea if I run in. And I hit my slow, and then look at this. Apparently, oh, no, this isn't there. I'm going to say, I thought that was another time where my attack missed, but able to pick him off pretty quick. He tried to ult. When you're a melee AD, it's pretty easy. You just walk behind Ra anytime he ults, and you'll be all right. So I want to get this Phoenix. I want to, have a lane where we don't really have to worry about. We're able to then split push the other lanes, and we won't have to worry about it. So I'm trying to get these creep down quick so the creep will focus on the Phoenix. And I'm positioning myself so I can see where the enemy's coming, and I'm just trying to move and stay active so that way I know, stay into the game. And so we're able to get the Phoenix down, and I want to keep moving forward. I want to put some pressure onto this middle lane now. It does have one more tower. I said screw it. I'm just going to leap in, tank it, and kill this tower. And then I see that they are fighting mid, but to be honest, I just didn't care. And I probably should have went and helped them earlier. But we got the tower kill, and now I'm able to come in and help. I put a slow on the mirror, putting my cats down, putting in my auto attack damage. I know he's done. He's not getting away because my auto attacks are just going to slow him too much. So I try to time my 2 so that way I hit multiple people. Odin leaves. I wish I could have saved my teammate there, but I couldn't. And then they're able to come in, just putting tons of damage. And Odin was running in there. He was going to try a nice juke of jumping through the wall, but he forgot I can also jump through the wall. He would have been dead either way, even if he made it. And so now, this is the main thing that really gets me, is people need to stop pushing lanes where Phoenix is down. Like, why are you running that lane? That lane's already pushing. If they would have all came mid, we could have pushed mid, and we would have been fine. And somehow they all ended up dying here. And so I come in, I save the Agni. I'm able to put a lot of damage in. And you see, Artemis didn't ult. He ulted right there, but died right as it came out. And so I have no idea how they all died on the side there. And so I'm going to go try to pick off this Ra. Now not this Ra's here. I hit my slow, and look, that's the one. I somehow missed that auto attack. I wanted to cry, and he was slowed. But, whatever. I'm going to finish pushing this lane, get the XP, and then go back to mid. And so when that blips that fast, I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm thinking in the heat of the moment. But I'm able to get a couple more creep kills, putting more damage in. You can see I'm probably checking how many are dead right now, because I want to know if I should just keep the pressure up on this Phoenix or not. And so I don't want to, be there and all of a sudden 4 come rolling out and kill me. And so I decide back. So they must have had some short cooldown or respawn timers. And so I'm going to teleport out. Yeah, there's only 2 dead right now. And so me versus all of them, not a good idea. So I'm probably going to want to get more crit. It would be my guess. I end up going for, Deathbringer. So I'll start my Deathbringer. And I'll be going in. And so I really want to push one of these other towers. I really want a Phoenix. Like that, it's personally my own goal right now, and I wish my team would team push. And where are they again? They're all in the right lane, and that's like kind of frustrating for me. And if I don't know why they're pushing lanes that are pushing themselves. That's what happens when you have a Phoenix down. You get the super creep. The super creep are going to push the lane. You're able to then push other lanes and put more pressure on the team. Like Phoenixes make a huge difference in a game. So we're fighting 3 versus 2 here. Odin ult. I'm going to put a lot of damage into this Artemis. I want to kill this Artemis as fast as I can, and we get her down. Luckily, Ymir had a great ult. And so we get Hebo down also. Just putting auto attacks now into this Odin. We're able to kill the Odin. Agni's chasing down who? Oh, nobody. He's just kind of running. But I'm able to get this Ra, slow him, get the auto attacks in. I made sure not to miss that time. And Ra goes down. So clean up this creep wave, push this middle tower, and I'm like saying, come on guys, we got to get this middle tower. So putting some auto attacks in, nothing special. It's 80 style, and I'm going to clear this creep wave. I'm going to try to get this Phoenix. And then I'm the type where I like to get all the Phoenix. And so the left lane ended up killing it itself, which is nice. Right lane is now dead. The middle lane is now dead. We're going to go in and kill the minions for now. The minions are not going to live long when there's, 3 Phoenixes down. And so I hope you guys enjoyed the Bastet gameplay. She's an AD carry, melee, and she has a lot of mobility. You didn't get to see some of her juke power, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Peace.